Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show today. For the second half of our show, we're going to talk with Jeannie King about children's charity ministry. And a lot of people may or may not know what it is, but we sure appreciate, Jeannie, you coming in and being on our show today. And they kind of threw you out in the wolves, so to speak. I was actually in the show and talking to, or in your shop, I should say, and talking to Cindy Martin, and I said, Cindy, you know, I know you guys are doing a lot of stuff. We hadn't had you on the show in a couple of years or maybe longer. And she said, oh, I probably shouldn't be on there. I said, but she said, I know exactly who the person is. So she picked you. She said, you do a good job. You spoke with other organizations and stuff. Let's talk a little bit, what does CCM, I guess that's Children's Charity Ministries, I already said that, ministry, and what exactly do they do? Just give us a little, for those people that may not know. I mean, you've been around for quite a while. But
yes, and first, thank you for having me here.
You're quite welcome.
Our main interest, concern is the children at every location, and we do the backpack program.
Okay. You do the backpack program.
We're doing it in 9 counties right now.
Okay.
We don't do all of the schools. We may only do like 2 or 3 weeks for one school. We may do the whole month. We may only pick up a week for the school, just depending on their needs.
Okay.
We also have a prom program where the girls can come into our store and pick out a dress.
Nice.
For the prom, and the guys, we are with a company here in town, and we pay half of the tuxedo. We try to get sponsors for the other half.
Gotcha.
We have the hygiene program. It's the JAs are now doing the backpack program with school supplies. At the beginning of school, we hand out hygiene to each person that gets a backpack.
Okay.
We also have a Christmas program where we do the children, and this year they tripled. I believe we were one of very few that done Christmas for children this year, and so we had about 150 children.
Wow. Now, where did you have your Christmas program this year? Do you have it different places, or?
Well, we just have a tree at our store.
Okay.
People come in and fill out a little paper, and I hang little ornaments on the tree with their information, and the community comes in and takes a name, or not a name, no names are on it, a number.
Okay.
And they bring the gift back, and then we distribute it out to that.
So there's no names, so everybody's kept confidential.
Nobody knows.
You know, I mentioned that when Travis, in the first part of our show, you know, these people still have dignity. I mean, you know, they may be in a situation where they lost their job of a layoff, they got sick, they got hurt, maybe just couldn't find a sufficient job. There's a lot of different reasons people get in situations, and of course the children are right there and they're in the same situation. I'm assuming you work very closely with the schools around the area to know these kids, which kids need to be in this program.
Very, very closely, and we do not know those children.
Right.
Some people think we do, but we do not. The school counselor, nurse, principal, whoever, will give us a count of how many children need help.
Okay.
And we take the bags to the schools. The counselor, nurse, whoever, hands them out. So we never see them other than when delivering. Sometimes the children will see us and they get very excited seeing that.
That's fantastic.
And what we do is we put 4 meals and 4 snacks in every bag for the weekend for the children.
I started to say, if you're out there in a viewing audience, you don't understand what they're doing here. They're taking up where the school system has left off. In other words, 5 days a week, these children are getting meals under the federal program and state-funded program at the school free of charge if they fall into that category. But when they leave there on Friday afternoon, you got Saturday and Sunday, and if there happens to be a holiday on Monday or something, they may be in dire need of sufficient food through that weekend period or extended weekend period. And that's really where Children's Charity Ministry comes in. It's taking over after the school let's go, so to speak, on Friday, isn't it?
Yes,
that's good. It's making sure they get a meal for 7 days a week.
And we have so many hungry children here in this
it's sad.
area.
It's really
Yes,
a
it
sad
is.
situation. And we've got so many good programs. I mean, we've had individuals from different programs come on our show, and during the holiday season, everybody is. We happen to live in a very giving area.
Yes, we
I mean, we're not there's not tremendous wealth here. Some people do have more than others, but I mean, the people here are really share a lot of their wealth, whatever it may be, small or large, with other people. So we're very fortunate to live here.
Very giving people.
How did you get started? I guess did I put you on the spot? Was it a church-backed program to start with?
No, sir. Our
Okay.
former director started it in her basement in 2009.
That's right. I remember that.
Kendra Conway.
Yes, Kendra. She actually,
Yes.
I have her name on this form. I think she actually came in right after she got started. That was back in 2009.
09.
Okay.
And then seeing that there was such a great need and she needed other finances, there was no way she could do it all.
Right.
So she opened a thrift store in 2011, and then our location where we're at now opened in 2012.
Yeah.
I started with them 3.5 years ago after I retired from FedEx
Very good. Didn't get volunteering your time.
as a volunteer.
Yeah. So do you get any, I mean, I know you probably do get donations somewhat, but is most of your funding come through the thrift store? Are you able to generate enough funds to do the program through that?
A lot of our funds are through the store. We do have some donations from
Sure.
the community is wonderful.
Sure.
We
That's
have
all
some churches and
Companies,
other
I'm sure.
companies that donate. But our store has been just wonderful. We may get low, but God has always, always provided for us. We also have an emergency pantry that we use. If we have the food, we give out to people that are in need that have a problem for some reason or another, like you said, maybe lost their job or whatever.
Sure.
But we try to answer every need that we can. Any school can call us and need something, a new pair of shoes for a child, a pair of pants or an outfit or whatever, and we will provide it. It may take us a day or two, but we will provide whatever they need.
That's good. So you're kind of on call all the time from these schools.
Well, Cindy is.
Well, Cindy is, yeah. But I mean, that's good. I mean, that's very. It's do you? I'm sure you, like Cindy is the director. She's a paid position, I'm sure. Do you have to pay? I'm sure not everybody can volunteer. So
We have one other paid position
Okay.
at the moment, and everybody else is volunteers,
Right.
and we always need volunteers either to sack the lunches or sort the items to go out on the floor. There's just so many
Always something to
things,
do, yeah.
something to do. Several community organizations or churches, FedEx has been wonderful. They come in and help sack. They do food drives for us, and some of the banks, which we appreciate every single thing that we get from.
that's fantastic. Well, you've come a long way since 2009.
Yes, we have.
That's a long way. You know, I was in your store when I was talking to Cindy the other day and asked her about coming in and being on the show, and she said, well, you know, I'm not really good at speaking, but I know the person that can come in knows the history of it. But if you've never been to the thrift shop for the Children's Charity Ministry, please go out there. They're in the Jonas Shopping Center, easy to find. They'll be on the east side, down on the east side there, and they have some great products. They'll have furniture items sometimes. They'll have, you name it, personal care items, lots of clothing, good clean clothing. It's a nice store, well kept. Go in, and if you've got something you don't need that's in good shape, how many people buy clothing or they get it for Christmas that we just ended? They put it in their closet because they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I've done this many times. Still got the tag on it, maybe not the total price, but the tag for where it come from, and you never put it on. They could use that kind of product, and it'll go for a good cause. It'll generate cash, and it'll feed some child out there that perhaps could go hungry over the weekend when they. So go in. You do have a nice store, by the way.
Thank you.
And well done. Let's see. You talked about how many meals do you serve? I was going to ask you that.
Right now we are giving out 9,488 meals plus 9,488 snacks a month.
A month?
A month for
Oh
a
my
total of
gosh.
18,976.
Every month?
Every month.
That's a lot of meals.
People just doesn't stop and think about.
Wow. Wow. Well, you're covering 9 counties. Though.
We're covering
that's
9
counties. That's a lot of
and-
school. I know you don't cover every school, but you cover a lot of schools. There's a lot of schools in 9 counties.
Yes, there is.
That's huge. Man, I didn't realize you put out so many. Now, your meals obviously have to be non-perishable
Yes, sir.
food, right? Would you be better off if people wanted to help out, to let them donate the money, or would they be able to bring kind of food in that you need, or what's the easiest way to do it?
They can bring it in some like to shop on their own, and that's great.
So give me a few examples. We got about 2 or 3 minutes left. I mean, what would you
single
use?
servings of
Okay.
that is non-perishable, like mac and cheese,
Okay.
beanie weenies, ramen noodles.
Okay.
The single serving of cereal,
Oh, okay.
oatmeal,
Cereal, yeah, little cereal boxes that they can buy in the packs, and
Yes, sir.
anything like that. Okay,
fruit chews, granola bars,
sure.
little cups of pudding or the little cups
Yep.
of fruit.
Anything doesn't have to be refrigerated, obviously.
And-
There's a lot of things you can.
Oh yeah,
you can-
peanut butter, crackers,
Yep.
cheese and crackers. There's
Very
just
good.
so many.
Well, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, you think about snack items, or you can go to the grocery store, or you can go to one of the other stores here in town and get a really great. You could buy a lot of stuff for $20 of snack items and take it out there, and boy, it would do wonders with the program that if you're feeding that many children, that's a tremendous number of children. We got about a minute left. Did we cover everything? Did I miss anything that you needed to say?
Well, our location is 1405
Right.
North Main, between Jasmine and Leonardo's Pizza.
Right, in the Yona Shopping Center here in Harrison.
And our phone number is 870-704-8030. And we appreciate any and everything. If you can come and volunteer for an hour or two, that's wonderful.
That'd be great.
You're not pinned down to the time that you have to be there.
That's fantastic. Jean, thank you for your hard work, and obviously all the time that you've put in over the years that you've been a part of this. And thanks for coming in today, because we forget about some of these things sometimes. Like I say, I think I actually interviewed Kendra Conaway in 2009 after she'd started it, and here we are into 2016. And so I happened to think about you the other day when I was out there for some other reason, and I thought, oh man, I've got to get them in and talk about it. Great job. You all keep up the good work.
Okay.
And all those people out there, I'm sure, say thank you for what you're doing for those
And we
children.
thank the community so much, and praise God takes care of everything.
He does. Thank you so much.
Thank you
coming
for
in.
having me.
Appreciate it. Don't forget Children's Charity Ministries right here in Harrison. There are thrift shops in the Yona Shopping Center. Take stuff out there, give them money, help out, volunteer, do whatever you can. It goes for a great cause. You're feeding children that might not have any food out there. Thanks for joining us on the Connection Show today. We hope you got good information from our show. We'll see you again next time.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.